What's up, guys? It's your boy Stevie83, and I'm back with another react. You know what I'm saying? Today ain't a reaction, though. This is a little bit about me, getting to know me, the person you come watch every day. I want y'all to know a little bit about myself and why I was shooting heroin at the age of 15. Now, in case most of y'all don't know, I am a recovering heroin addict, crack addict, PCP addict, anything I can get my hands on addict. Now, I'm not going to be able to cram this whole story time into the 15 or 20 minutes that I have today, but we're going to start off like, I'm not going to tell you about my past, give you names or none of that. I'm going to tell you about my past, but not names. So I'm going to tell you like this, man. My dad chose alcohol over me and my family. So I grew up, my dad, like, he was pretty much gone by the age of 12, and I was gone out of my house. So I only seen my dad on other occasions. He took advantage of me in ways that we're not going to explain today, and we're not going to get into that. But all those are a reflection on why I started shooting heroin. So when I was about 13 years old, I had a trampoline accident and I broke my leg. And the doctor gave me, I don't know, now this story comes from 1998, 1997, somewhere around in there. So back then they were these big old yellow pills shaped like an oval. They called them banana boats. They were yellow. They were Percocet 10s, just the real kind. So that was not the first time it started, but that was the catalyst that broke me into where I became a heroin addict. Like, I'm not going to cut this video up a bunch. This is going to be raw, how I feel, how it came to be. So when the pills ran out, I wasn't sick because at the age of 15, 16, I was a low-key an alcoholic at the time too. When I left my house and I started staying with my best friend at the age of 12 and 13, when I broke my leg on a trampoline accident, those pills went away, but I kept drinking to ease my pain. The pain that I hadn't faced in 40 years. I hadn't told this story now. It's been 42 years and I'm just now telling it now. I've been to rehabs multiple times, but they never worked. I was in Baltimore City at a place called Emmanuel Tire Company. It's where they pack car tires into a trailer, smash them in with a machine, and then ship them overseas for, you know, transport, make money. I was 14, 15 years old. My Uncle Doug was paying me $40 a day to count the tires and help get the tire. Like, he would kick them to me, I'd count them and throw them up in the trailer to my cousin Skeeter, and he would, my cousin, and count them, and we'd smash them in there and they'd ship them out. So I'm in Baltimore City at an early age where you could get vials of dope. Now this is back before fentanyl. Like, you could get a vial of dope for $10 and it's just straight heroin. So first time I went to Baltimore was with a guy I know from work. So we were down in the city, and when we drove back to Hagerstown, we went down to cop dope. So the whole ride down there, right, I'm a young kid. The whole ride down there, right, I'm scared to death because I know the city. I know how it is, but I've only ever worked in the city. I've never been in the city copping dope. So that was a new thing for me, and I wasn't scared. I was excited and scared at the same time. So I don't know what it was, but I didn't do my drugs until I got all the way back to Hagerstown, Maryland. And when I sat down on the bed and I did that first shot, I never snorted it. I never did anything like it other than eat those pills that I got from the doctor at the time. But when that first shot, this first time I ever did heroin was IV injection, and the first shot just melted everything inside me. It forgot about all the nights I spent hiding in a doghouse from my dad. It changed a lot of things in my life, and then from that day on, it was just a race then. So then I started shooting, doing it every day, 2 or 3 times a day. And I'm telling you, I found the love. See, let me get this straight. I didn't know what love was because no one had ever showed me love except for my mom. Like, from a man's point of view, no one ever showed me the ropes. So I didn't know how it was. I just thought the only thing that my old man put in my head was hate everybody, don't trust nobody, and keep it G. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. I never turned down a scrap and never did. So when I'm a teenager doing dope, I start to notice like my friends are not becoming my friends anymore. Like they're starting to slowly fade away. And then I didn't know nothing about sickness. I didn't have anybody tell me that the drug was going to make me sick. Nobody told me nothing like that. All I know is I was spending every dollar I could get. I'd go to work, I'd bring my stuff home. As soon as I got home, I'd be doing everything. Like, I mean, back then when you did the H, like, it made you active. Like, I'd do a shot, I'd clean the whole house, go do all kind of stuff, clean my car, do it all, like, and never think once about the pains that I was really struggling with on the inside. You feel me? So I'm like, man, I love this. This is where it's at. So then, like, I don't know if any of y'all were real drug addicts, but back in the day, they used to have these green Oxycontin pills. They were 80s. They were like teal green, not teal, but they were green. So back then, when I couldn't get down to Baltimore to get some heroin, I would go to a neighbor and get some OCs. And when you put 2 of them 80s in a spoon and really cook it down and do what it's supposed to do. And by the way, this is all for educational purposes only. This is just a story, you know. It's not made up, but it's a story. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. So let's get that straight right now before we do get any copyrights or anything like that on the channel. So when I'm a teenager and I'm a heroin addict, I just noticed, like, I didn't have it. I was really bad. Like, when I started off my first shot, like, the boy did it. It was a $25 vial. And back then, like, I can't even imagine. I can't even explain how big the vials were back then. For $25, you get something 3 times the amount you probably get now. I don't know what's on the street now because I've been sober for 8 years. So I'm really not out there doing it. So, but back then they were big fat packs. And when I do a whole pack of that, like, man, it would sit. I couldn't explain it. It was a feeling that would take all my pain away, you know. And that was the most important thing to me, because it was the things that went on in my childhood was just all I could think about, you know. And my cousins and all of them, they drank, and then he eventually getting on the drugs too. So it was just all around me at all times. And then I didn't live far from the city, so I was just back and forth 2-3 times a day. I never sold the stuff, but I did a lot of it. Me and my wife spent $50,000 in 3 weeks on dope and crack. So I've been through a lot of it. But the point I'm trying to make is there's no future in it, because I can't cram all this in 15 minutes because I'm not going to get to cover my prison time. I've been to prison 3 times over heroin. All the stuff I've lost, all the family members I've crossed. Not family members so much, but I crossed a lot of people that were close to me that I called family. Now, family means to me, it ain't necessarily blood, right? I got some brothers that are family to me before some blood family, you feel me? But I remember this one time I was so sick, right? I didn't have nothing to do. Nobody would give me just $10 to go get a stamp, right? I remember driving, stealing gas from the gas station. I used to pull up to the pump, fill my gas car up, and then just lay the pump on the ground and skirt, get up out of there. You know what I mean? Bruh. So I'd get gas and I'd only have $10 in my pocket, and I'd drive 45 minutes to Baltimore and go get a stamp just to get well. Like, that was what it was. And I remember I was so sick one time and I didn't have no way. Nobody would give me $10. I was sitting in Walmart parking lot. I went in to try to boost some stuff and people were just all over me, right? So I got out there, I'm just sitting in the car and I was like, man, I can't take it no more. The next person walks in this store, I'm getting them. Don't matter how, don't matter what. And just so happened it was an 80-year-old lady. That was one of the changing points in my life. I went to jail. I was facing 5 to 18 unaggravated robbery in the state of West Virginia. Carries a 5 to 18 indefinite charge, right? So that's what that is right there. So I had that. I got locked up. The police got me. My mom ended up telling on me. So take that. That was just funny. I mean, Mom Dukes is Mom Dukes. You know, you got to face what you did, and that's what it is. And she's going to tell you like that. So when I did that and they arrested me, I'm sitting in the jail withdrawing, because in West Virginia, if I case I ain't said that, I was born and not so much raised, but born in West Virginia. Most of my time growing up I spent in Baltimore, Inwood, not ever at my home, but that's where I was born, Baltimore, but I grew up in the city. So I said it backwards. I'm born in West Virginia, but grew up in the city. Anyway, I'm sitting in jail withdrawing like down bad. And this was back before the Suboxones was out. This was back before all that, right? I was in there sick, and I remember going to court, right? Going to court. The lady stood up in the middle of the courtroom, right? Like, she was sitting over there looking at me. And I was thinking, man, like, this lady fitting to give me life in prison. I ain't never gonna come home. I was saying, I was young, man. I was 18, 19 years old at this time, but I was thinking 18 years, that's the rest of my life. 18 years to an 18-year-old is the rest of your life, right? So I'm thinking I'm getting ready to get all day in a joint. And I'm over here crying. She's over there just looking at me, mugging me, right? I stood up, I told the judge, I said, look, man, I ain't never had no guidance in life. I'm a heroin addict, and I'm going to tell you, if I don't get some help, I'm going to end up dead. And that was just what I told her. The lady bust out crying over there on the side of the state's witness, bust out crying, stood up, said, that's all I want to hear. I want the case dropped. Dropped all the charges. I swear to the Lord's soul up above, man. They dropped the charges and let me out. And you want to know, 5 days later, I was in a coma from an overdose. I got out of jail and met up with my ex-girlfriend. And she said, come on, we got a lick. We about to hit. I know you fresh out of jail. I ain't got no work for you. No, I ain't got no drugs for you to get booted up on. So here, she hit me with a couple methadone pills and a Xanax. So that had me off the cane right now. I just did 28 days in jail. I'm fresh, right? So she's like, boom, we're going to go. This lady wants me to bond her old man out of jail. She ain't got the ID to do it. So we're going to run down Frederick. We're going to bond this lady out of jail. But we're going to fake go in the jailhouse and come out the other side, because she had 5 racks, right? She needed her man out of jail. This $5,000. I'm like, shoo-wee. First day out, yeah, let's go, baby. What? We hit that lick. I'm sitting in Frederick Scott Key Mall, right? Booted off Xanax and methadone. I'm in and out, sitting in the car. I got the keys. They're going in and out, like, because we went to the jail. They said 5 bands, but she needed like 5,600. So they're going to go to the mall, boost some stuff real quick, make the little 600, and boom, get your man out. So I'm sitting in the car, right? I got all the money. 2 bottles of pills, a bottle of Xanax and a bottle of methadone pills. I'm just steadily popping them. Sun starts going down. I'm like, what the hell going on here? Where are these people at? I'm calling. Back then we had it was the pagers. Back then I'm kind of like, we had a flip phone, some kind of old phone back then, because it was old, like this early 2000. This is like 2003, 2004 now, like. And so Next thing I know, here comes 3 state cops. Woo, woo, Maryland State Troopers, lights flashing. Boink, book the car, right? I'm like, oh, snap, I ain't even do nothing here. What am I doing? I'm fresh out. I give my ID bip, got no warrants, nothing. I put the pills are all in the lady's purse with her ID sitting in the front console of the car. I ain't got the keys though. I'm just sitting in the car like, cause I just got out of jail. I'm not on no boost and stuff, you feel me? So I'm like, yeah, bam, I'm gonna sit right here, you feel? So they come in and they got them in the back seat. Like both the girls in the back seat, right? They locked up now. They're taking them to Frederick County Adult Detention Center, right? I'm sitting in the car. I got the pills. I got the money. But I ain't got no keys to the car. It done got dark now. So I'm sitting in the car, right? And this is like, to God, bro, my word. I'm sitting in the darkness. And 2 guys come walking by. I'm like, bro, I'm low at this time. This Xanax and methadone has put me down, right? So I'm low. I'm like, yo, it's gotta go. They come over. I'm like, man, I ain't on no police shit. I show them what's up. I pull my shirt up. I ain't no cop. The car's loaded with stolen stuff. I got the money in my pocket. I got a switchblade. The only thing protection I got. But these dudes roll up on me. They cool. They like, what you want? I said, I need 200 worth of Ready Rock right now. They had it. Boom. Hit me off. I'm in the car hitting a can. I got a crushed up soda can. If you know, you know. But I thinking I got to get out of here, right? I don't know what to do. I'm ready rocking now, and now I'm getting paranoid. So I'm sitting at Frederick Scott Key Mall in the parking lot. I'm by myself, the only car in the parking lot. It's dark now. I'm like, bro, I gotta go. I walked to Waffle House, right? Walked to Waffle House. And I don't know if anybody remembers this from Frederick Scott Key, Martinsburg, but from Frederick to Martinsburg, I went to Waffle House and called a taxi. A chick come pick me up, right? Boom. I get in the front seat. I'm like, I ain't riding in the back, shorty. I don't ride in the back. I'm getting sick anyway. I'm like, look, I was straight honest with her, because if you know, you know. On Xanax, you ain't telling no lies. You don't care who you telling, what you're telling it about. You ain't telling no lies, right? So I'm sitting in there and I'm like, boom, I got all these pills, all this money. Can you just get me to Martinsburg? And bam, we on that. She's like, what? Are you serious, young man? I was like, yeah. She said, boy, I just got out of jail. I'm on that. She said, give me a couple of these, couple of those. I hit her up, give her a couple $100 on that. Boom, we flying back to Martinsburg, right? Martinsburg, West Virginia. I get to my man's house, my dealer's house. He's all happy to see me. He ain't seen me since jail. He ain't seen me since, like, I've been gone for like a whole month now. He ain't seen me. I'll come rolling in, 2 big prescriptions, a pocketbook with about 9 female IDs in it. And I go in there with him. He takes me up to the river. We throw all the IDs out because I don't want no evidence. I throw the car keys. The car's still parked in Frederick. I don't know why I didn't drive it. Don't ask me why. Lord help me, I didn't know, but I didn't know I had the car keys until I got back in Martinsburg. I was on Xanax, so don't fry me. So next thing I know, boom, we're throwing this stuff out. I go back to the house. He's like, yeah, you good here? You could stay tonight. Boom. I give him some money, get me a big old package. Boom, I hit me a shot in the bathroom. I say, all right, I'm going out and go to sleep. And his pit bull dog was my best friend. Like, I used to come over and he used to let a dog shit everywhere. You'd have to walk down a trail of his house to get past. There was this much dog shit in his house. I scooped it up and took care of it and got it cleaned up. And I stayed there with him. And the dog was my best friend, right? The dog's the only thing that saved my life. I ended up ODing that night. And I was in a coma for a while. The heat from the dog kept my body temperature up, and she licked the puke out of my mouth so I didn't choke on my vomit. My mom and them woke me up, and I woke up. I couldn't open my eye, couldn't hear out of my left ear. But that's for part 2. We'll see. If this one gets 100 likes, we're going to do a part 2. Like, comment, and subscribe. As always, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.